in Jacksonville. This crowd excited to see their Jaguars as both teams emerge from their tunnels a moment ago. We are just about ready for football as the Jags get set to match up with the Minnesota Vikings. This is fielded a couple yards deep. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. First down, Keenum. And Rudolph has it, the tight end. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Seeing that play and understand just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice game right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice second down for them.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
Second and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on third down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
Open here, Adam Thielen. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. Now the offense lining up first and 10. Handoff comes to Cook. And he's going to get this one down to the 45. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
Here we go now. Detroit! Detroit! Gone!
On second down, here's Keenum. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
All right, here we go.
Now Keenum. And he's able to find Diggs. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs. Offense comes to the line now, first and 10. Back to the ground, Cook. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. A great play there. 26 yards. And the Vikings take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. He's got it, and the Vikings take a 7-0 lead. Forbath out to kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. on the ground. This is Leonard Fournette. And he'll get this one up to the 26. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Now Bortles throwing on second down. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Allen Robinson, the intended receiver. And it's third down. Charles, already trailing by touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. Jacksonville first down on a pickup of 17.
I know at the end of games, coaches always tell us that no one play won or lost a game. But this seems pretty important early, doesn't it? Their ability to pick up that first down on third down, I thought that was key.
Well, you're already in the hole after the touchdown on the other side. How will you respond? We talk about that a lot, and they responded pretty well there. You go 3 and out, I think you give up a lot of momentum. You get down 2 scores, could be an entirely different game.
So they got a nice drive going now. They're in good shape. What's interesting to me is they're also in that spot of the field where you would take a shot. Do you change that up just because you're down a touchdown?
He was looking to get it to Allen Hurns that time, and that'll bring up second down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. On second down, here's Fournette. And an alley to run. A broken tackle on the run, and then just on the other side of midfield, they get to it. A nice job to get 8 there after the incompletion, and now they'll look at a 3rd and 2 coming up. And they're just a couple of yards shy of a first down here on third down. Alongside the former defensive back Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Jaguar foot. Quarter number 2. They're up against a 3rd and 2 to start things out. Shotgun now for Bortles. And Robinson with a big catch. And they're able to convert on 3rd with a solid gain of 23. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
Fournette, a first down carry. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Yeah, and that was a safety that came through and made the play, but there's no doubt in my mind, he hits like a linebacker, and we see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
And that time we do indeed. A big hit for a loss. No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Anthony Barr got a real education at UCLA in playing not just his normal position of stand-up outside linebacker, but down defensive end. So he had to incorporate a variety of moves, take on bigger people. So he learned great leverage while he was there. That really helps him when he's trying to stop people running the ball.
Born in South Bend, Indiana. Thought about going back to go to Notre Dame, but you're right. Great career at UCLA and now a great career in the NFL. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. The scramble good for a nice gain of 10 yards, but still 4th down. Bortles to throw for it on 4th down. And he's got his big receiver Robinson for the Jacksonville touchdown. Allen Robinson, a 20-yard touchdown. And the Jaguars are within an extra point of tying this one up. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. So the football switching hands here in just a second. And, you know, Tom Brady, just to go off on a tangent for a second, may have lost the Super Bowl, but third MVP this past season, and what he did at age 40, really something, right, Charles?
Absolutely phenomenal. Ended up beating out Todd Gurley, the running back for the Los Angeles Rams. But he would have traded it for a Super Bowl win, don't you think? How about this? The last 9 NFL MVPs to play in the Super Bowl that same season, 0-9.
Yeah.
You go all the way back to Kurt Warner in, what, 1999 when he won the double?
We were going over that stat earlier. That is hard to believe.
But he would have been the MVP had the Patriots pulled that one out.
Yeah, he still has 5 rings, though. 5 Super Bowl titles for Brady. On second down, here's Keenum. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
Well, one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. Throwing is Keenum. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Paul Posluszny. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So a dangerous pass over the middle into zone coverage, and it bit him hard.
And what's really difficult when you throw it in that direction and versus that zone, that means the linebackers have gotten to their spot, gotten their heads back around, and they can see the quarterback and everything in front of them. And they took big advantage of it, went the other direction, excellent blocking, and picked up a touchdown.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Vikings coming out here again to take over on offense. And this is a crew, obviously, that was so close, Charles, to becoming the first ever team to play a Super Bowl in their own stadium. So disappointment in that last game against Philly. But overall, I think they've got to be pretty pleased with the season.
They have to be because they put it all together. Won the NFC North. How about that win over the Saints in the divisional round? I mean, I don't know.
Trying for right, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tashawn Gibson. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. Now, before the possession switches here, I had written down that I wanted to talk about some of the awards this past season in the NFL. We know Brady was the MVP, but Todd Gurley, Offensive Player of the Year.
How about that for a bounce back? Many were questioning whether he'd had a sophomore slump the season before. Didn't even get to 1,000 yards. Was a dominant force in 2017. How about his teammate Aaron Donald on the defensive side? He took home Defensive Player of the Year award.
Yeah, very impressive. They had both sides of the ball. Sean McVay deserving, I think you would agree, of Coach of the Year.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, what he did for the Rams when they went from last in the league in scoring to leading the league in scoring and winning a division title. And how about the New Orleans Saints? Rookie of the Year, offense and defense. Alvin Kamara on offense, Marshawn Lattimore on defense.
Defense really showing respect to the deep ball here, playing off the receivers. A fake to Fournette. Now it's Bortles to throw. Dancing to his left. And this is caught at the 8. Give him 30 yards there.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, it was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
2 minutes to play here in the first half. Back with more from Jacksonville. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back after this. They'll try to run forward with Fournette. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. A great effort there. A 6-yard touchdown run. And the Jaguars add on to their lead. solid job up front. Really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
That was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. I want to give a hat tip real quick, Charles, to J.J. Watt before the possession switches here. Walter Payton, NFL Man of the Year. They totaled up how much he helped raise for hurricane relief, $37 million.
Incredible. Hurricane Harvey, which really hit the Houston area in a big way, and his original goal was $200,000. So congratulations to J.J. Watt and all the people who participated.
And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Malik Jackson breaking through to get him for a loss of 7. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
On the catch, it's Jarius Wright. And he's finally taken down, but not before getting across midfield and across the 45-yard line. First down. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. Stephon Diggs, his intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down.
So this is what happens when you throw interceptions. That confident veneer that you have, it's chipped away a little bit. Maybe a little bit gun-shy throwing it around.
Yeah, underthrowing him there, and you're right. Those interceptions maybe in the back of his mind. Keenum going to throw. It's complete to Diggs. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. To the air again, Keenum. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Tashawn Gibson. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Jags taking over on offense here in a second. And what a season, Charles, it was for Jacksonville. Some people did like them as a dark horse coming into the year, and they really responded.
Heard recently at one of the, all-star games, college all-star games, a scout saying, well, heck, haven't they been the dark horse for the last 5 years coming into the season? And he seemed a little bit bitter, so I'm going to let him go on that one. But the point is well taken. They have been building towards this. Really good drafts, really supplemented in free agency. And, yeah, they were a dark horse, but they played awfully well. 11 wins, 2 more in the playoffs. I think right now they'd love to get Allen Robinson back at wide receiver and add another playmaking tight end.
On 2nd down, here's Bortles. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on. 3rd down.
But one thing's for sure, when you've got a big receiver and you trust him downfield, you're going to give him opportunities to go up and get that 50-50 ball.
And he is a darn good big receiver. Unfortunately, that time didn't work out. Nice job defensively. The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
Green 90.
Working from the gun, it's Bortles. Caught, this is Ivory. And he gets it here to right around the 24 before he's out of bounds. Give him 9 on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. go with a big bank Fournette. And he will not even make it back to the line of scrimmage. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position. Before the offense changes hands here, let's look back at the Super Bowl February 5th. What a game. I know you were there calling it offensively, though. Impressive on both sides.
It certainly was, and let's face it, if you're in Minnesota, it's cold outside, but you talk about the offenses, they heated up in a big way. And how about Nick Foles? The backup quarterback turned MVP. 373 yards, 3 touchdowns, and, of course, the big one receiving on the Philly special.
Quite a story. As you and I were talking about off air, it was just a fluid game. Not a lot of penalties, just really clean play.
Exactly the type of game the NFL needed for the audiences at home watching the game and, of course, people in attendance. A really well-played game.
The 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a 1st and goal. Keenum now to throw. And Rudolph has got it. The big tight end for a Viking touchdown. Kyle Rudolph in the final seconds of the first half. And the Vikings are able to make this a close game again. Forbath to add the extra point. It's up and good. This becomes a 21-14 ball game now. Forbath out to kick this one away.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. A final shot before half for Bortles. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. And unable to connect on the long pass. It falls down incomplete. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. To return it is Corey Grant. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Out come the Jaguars now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. Second half beginning with a run from Fournette. And not much. Maybe a yard up to the 29.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Bortles to throw on second down. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
It's a lot of contact going on there. And in the end, unable to keep two hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. The Jaguars on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. The play fake to Ivory. Now Bortles. Flushed out right. He can run for it, and he will. So no sack. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but it'll still bring up a 4th down.
Well, the defensive guys won't be real happy because there won't be a sack on this play because he did get back to the line of scrimmage. But what a job they did overall. Hemmed him in and gave him nowhere to go with the football.
So here we go. The offense is going to stay out there. They're going for it on 4th and 8. They do go for it. It's Bortles. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Anthony Barr. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
He'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
Let's go.
To throw on 2nd down is Keenum. 20. He'll find Thielen working the middle. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Adam Thielen, 43 yards. And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying this thing up. He's got it, and we're all tied at 21. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. Here's Corey Grant now to return. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And he will not only not get the yard he needed, he goes the wrong direction. After the penalty, it's Fournette. Fournette fighting through. And look out, a big hit to the shoulder pads. Took him right off his feet. 10 yards there, good enough for a Jags first down.
And Leonard Fournette impressing there with that run. It's hard to believe that no Jacksonville Jaguar has broken 1,000 yards since Maurice Jones-Drew in 2011. I think Leonard Fournette could be that guy.
Even with the ankle injury last year at LSU, still averaged 6.5 yards per carry.
And absolutely intimidated opposing defenses. A lot of guys simply didn't want to tackle him.
They keep it with Fournette on first down. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. Bortles on the give to Fournette. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. It's a 7-yard pickup. They'll be looking now to 3rd and 6.
He hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. The Jaguars on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6.
Here we go now.
Now they run with a backup. It's Chris Ivory. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. And they're going to go for this. Just 1 for 3 so far on 4th down tries. They're trying again. Play clock winding down. Here we go on 4th down with Bortles. Middle of the field, it's Robinson. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45.
I remember in pregame when we were talking to him on the field, and he took his gloves off and showed us his fingers. A few misshapen ones in there, and now we know why, trying to catch those types of bullets.
That was a dart. Yeah, even for a talented receiver, those are tough to hang on to. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Everson Griffin in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. From the gun, it's Bortles. And the catch made here by Marquise Lee. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. And they get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on 3rd. The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23. That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville at a first down.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. Bortles going to run the draw with Fournette. He's able to work free for about 6 down to the 18.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Play action. Now it's Bortles. Buying time to his left. He may try and run for this. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down. Here we go with Ivory, going absolutely nowhere. He'll wind up losing a yard or 2. The normally dependable Chris Ivory comes up short, and the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. Tie game late, and the offense really has to be conscious of the clock here as it's becoming a factor late in this ball game. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And a short gain across the 15 to the 17-yard line. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Not much happening there on first down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
Over Detroit! Detroit! Here we go now. Green 39! Green 39!
Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this.
Back to 99 Philly. Here we go. Here we go now.
On second down, here's Keenum. Over the middle here to Rudolph. And he gets this one all the way up to the 40-yard line. 23 yards on the play.
That gets them the first down, but they've still got to move quickly here.
Let's go. Green 39! Green 39!
Keenum. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. It's an 8-yard pickup, and that'll bring up second down. Just 2 yards to go here on second down for the offense. Keenum to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. And some changes here as the D-line separates some. Keenum now to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. They hold him to only 2 there on the screen. It's second down. They're making steady progress, but I see your face. You're worried about that clock.
I'm worried about the clock, and at some point, you have to have a splash play in there as well.
On second down, Cook. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a third down.
At this stage, you've got to hustle. Got to get back to the line of scrimmage because you're saving that timeout to make sure you have a chance to get your kicker out there for the big shot.
Third down, Dalvin Cook. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up fourth down. And a timeout comes in. The whistle's blown with 3 seconds remaining. So now it all rests on the foot of Kai Forbath. And a timeout comes in. The whistle's blown with 3 seconds remaining. So now it all rests on the foot of Kai Forbath. This a long one from 54. And this one is no good. He missed it. And a costly one there as this game remains tied here in the fourth. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
Now the Vikings offense works their way back onto the field. They're set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
Well, last year, I'm not sure we saw very many of those runs, did we, from the Vikings? I mean, they had the poorest rushing attack in the league.
Just 75 yards per game, but carries like the one we just saw, that'll help bolster that average.
Yeah, certainly, and they tried to beef up the offensive line in the offseason, brought in Latavius Murray, and then drafted Dalvin Cook out of Florida State.
They run again on first down. Cook. And he's got some space here.